Relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your hands. Quick check-in with our bodies. How are we feeling energy-wise? What's your state of mind like this morning? What do you need to feel better? And another full cycle. And big cleansing breath out. And let's bring those knees towards the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and gently move from side to side. And then we will stretch the arms nice and wide and twist. Send your legs, your knees over to the right or left. Keep your upper body pretty relaxed. And return back to center, over to the other side. Lower your knees. And then regroup slowly. Hands on your kneecaps. Let's start moving the hip joints. Big circles in opposite directions. So your thighs will open, gently finding stretch through the inside of your thigh bones and thighs, groin area. Sending those legs wide, because again, we will be spending a bit of time in abduction. So with the sort of legs wide. And just one more circle. And then land your feet on the floor. You can send your arms in the air just above your shoulders. Root down through the heels and peel the tailbone off the ground. Okay, proceed slowly, one bone at a time, so we can wake up the spine. Find movement in every joint, pretty much from the tailbone all the way to the shoulder blades. And carry on moving. Releasing the tailbone, softening the backside, and go again. Peel the tailbone, send your hips up. Keep your neck long and chin lifted. And then return back down, bone by bone. And one more repetition. I really want you to focus on your hamstrings. So press your heels, and as your hips go up, think of your heels driving to the sit bones, because we will be working on those hamstrings or stretching the hamstrings a lot today. So I would like them to be warmed up. And then from here, slowly lower down. Place the pelvis on the floor, split legs, so left leg long, right knee into chest. And we will start moving the right leg in circles. So foot can float. Move your right thigh bone as far out to the side, as far towards your body as possible. And then change direction. Try to keep your pelvis still. So be focusing primarily on your, well, only on your joint, hip joint. There's a bit of movement in the knee, maybe foot too. And then flow the right leg and hold it there. Send your arms in the air. Lift your head and shoulder blades. And guys, we're reaching towards the left ankle. Little pulses up for 6 and 5 and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now grab your right thigh bone, push the thigh bone into the hands, and peel the spine of the floor so you can rise up to a high seat. Let go of the leg and roll yourself down slowly. This right foot, of course, could be on the floor instead. Now, try again. When lift the head, you can grab your thigh bone or not. Maybe you're peeling the spine of the floor without holding onto the leg because maybe your spine and stomach allows you to do it comfortably. Another movement. Breath in and lift. High seat, chest up, and then roll down to the floor. You're gonna keep your right leg in the air. Okay, arms can come down, bend your left knee, and now press down through the left ankle. I'm working specifically on the left hamstring. You can pull your right knee closer to the chest and focus on spine moving up and down. Squeeze your backside and peel the tailbone. Trying to tuck the tailbone under. We don't want to flare the ribcage to ceiling. And again. Now give me one more. We will pause once hips are high. You can straighten your right leg and then warm up your right ankle. Little circles here just from your ankle joint. Everything else still, hips level. Don't let the pelvis move. Change direction for those ankle circles. Full circles to the end range if possible. And then bend your right knee and lift the hips higher so we can roll down through your upper, middle, lower back. We come back to single leg circles, right leg down, left knee to chest. Feel free to float your left foot slightly, and we're moving the left thigh bone in circles, about 3 or 4 depending on your pace. You can be really gentle here. The movements could and or have to be really small. Whatever space you've got in that joint available, move through that space. And then we're changing direction. So another one. And then pause your left knee over your left hip and give me a curl up. Lift your head and shoulder blades. And even point your right toes. And we're pulsing up for 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2. And then get hold of your left thigh bone. Push your thigh bone into the hands and peel the spine of the floor. Peeling the right and left side of your back simultaneously. Let go and roll down with control. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head. Another repetition. Think of moving with control rather than swinging. Grab your thigh bone or not. Exhale slowly down. You can exhale through the nose, like that Ujjayi breathing with a gentle contraction in the throat, or exhale through the mouth. Up to you. Up to seated. So you're pretty much in a hop boat here. And then we come down. Arms along the body. Bend your right knee. You want your right heel below the right knee, right? Left knee to chest and peel the spine off the floor. So lengthen the tailbone to the knee and then lower. So we're loading the right leg and right hamstring, right butt cheek specifically. Keep your hips level. And a couple more. Make sure you're taking breaks in between. Or if you want to work harder, you're literally just about touching the ground and then you start the movement again. We're gonna hold here. So as high as you can lift the hips or tuck the tailbone so your lower back is long. Left leg up, and then we're moving left ankle. Big circles. Everything else remains still. Of course, you can lower the pelvis here a little bit more if necessary. Change direction. And another one. And then pull the left knee to your chest, lift your hips higher, and then roll down through your upper, middle, lower back, and float the legs up to ceiling. And guys, you're gonna roll into a little ball. Forehead to the kneecaps to the forehead. I'm gonna stretch those arms out to the sides and the legs go away from you. Now push your rib cage and lower back into the floor. So we start imprinting, preparing for planks. Hug it in. You can drop your head in between or not. Send the legs away. Again, toes could be pointing to ceiling. You don't have to send the legs low just yet. And bring the knees in. And stretch the legs, the arms. Okay, so from tailbone to the lower rib cage, you are connected with the mat. Last one, breath in, exhale, stretch, and hold. No gap below your spine. 3, 2, 1. Please in, we're rocking forwards and back. Bigger movement so we can end up on the sit bones, ready for a high seat with your calves crossed. Feel free to grab a block or not. Now relax your shoulders, drop your chin so we're sitting on the cervical spine. Look down and then drive your chin along the collarbone so you can look over your shoulder, and then tilt your head sideways. Send your head back, lift your chin, and carry on going over to the left. Lower the chin, look down. Smooth. Not too fast, not too slow. Avoiding any angles that could create pinch or pain. And then we're changing direction, heavy shoulders. And it's like your upper back, your torso, your lower spine. Nothing is moving. You're still like a statue, shoulders down. And then pause, right onto ceiling. Let's find a side stretch. And then look for the stretch to the side of your body and your lower back as you flex over your thigh bone. And return armpit to ceiling, rise up. Other side. Lengthen. Stretch the other way. Keep your sit bones down. And exhale, round your spine and rotate towards the leg. Unravel. Bring yourself back up and immediately head into rotation. Lower your hands. Lengthen your spine even more. And soften those shoulders again and again. Unravel slowly. Twist the other way. And from here, super slowly, bring your right elbow towards your right foot between the hands for your left knee. And this is the time where you may want to have the blocks below your hands because we're staying in a longer hamstring stretch. Press down through the right heel. You can soften your right knee a little bit. Remember, you can come up here onto the blocks or fingertips. We want the lumbar spine to be long. And this will be our first step. We're obviously gonna hold this for a little bit longer. Probably gonna keep you for about 2 minutes minimum. So this may feel okay and sustainable, but I know that some of you will be able to walk the back toes back and move your left knee back or slide your front heel forwards a little bit or a lot. So you want to find your sort of level of intensity. I would say 70% intensity to start with. So you can feel, but it's not excruciating. It's not something that you cannot sustain. And I suggest you gently rock from side to side or move your leg like a pivot on the heel to the right, to the left. It's going to be passive hold for now. Relax your foot. You can point your toes. You don't have to flex the toes, pulling the toes to the kneecap, because that will be more intense. You can keep your foot really relaxed here. The deeper you go into the split, your upper body will more likely be able to lift up higher. That will obviously depend on how flexible the hip flexors are. So if you're going deeper with me into the splits, you will of course try to go up higher with the upper body. That's where the blocks come handy. Now, we are sort of minute in. I'm gonna ask you now, push your right heel down, okay? Like you're trying to kick through the floor, and give me sort of like a dial up gently or gradually. So press gently for 10% effort, 20% effort, 30% effort, and that's it. So you may feel your right hamstring contracting a little bit or responding somehow with whatever that might be. I feel a lot of heat in my hamstrings. When I'm pressing, I feel like I'm trying to contract elongated muscle. So that's where our work is. Hold like this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you can relax your foot, stop pressing down, and see if your front foot can slide forwards a little bit more. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. Maybe you fold a little bit deeper if you're in a half split, okay? So you want to make the stretch a little more intense, see if you can access a little bit more depth. If not, just stay as you are. We will repeat the same contraction, okay? And remember that you may want to do the next drill with slightly different angles. So maybe you rock to the left or rock to the right, or tilt your pelvis forwards a little bit more. You want to access sort of new line of tissue. Okay, so one more drill like this, okay? So start gently pressing your right heel into the floor, or press down like you're trying to bend the knee, and do a kick back to three-legged dog with your right leg. Press down for 10%, 20%, maybe a little bit more, and hold this intensity for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we sort of relaxing, stop pressing, relax your foot. You can wiggle the foot a little bit, maybe move your hips to the right, left, or forward fold more if you're in a half split. And that's one more breath, and we'll be changing position. So for those of you who are like me in a wider split, walk your back to in. So we exit sort of coming back to half splits. Then everybody slowly press your right heel down and start bending your right knee. Wrist below the shoulders, find your downward facing dog. See how this feels in the legs. How is the right leg feeling comparing to the left? And guys, let's step. Left foot between hands. Right knee goes down. Chest goes back. Block in place if necessary. We're doing another round of half splits. And to be honest, all this long hold with the active drills is the well-invested time, because we're actually working on your position. And again, spending a lot of time, attention is the most important thing. So I'm gonna hold. And of course, it's not a first hamstring stretch we're doing today. So if you feel you can slide your front heel forward or walk your back toes back, or both things, go there. Try to keep your pelvis square, right? So your hip, right hip are the same distance away from the front of your mat. So you don't do somewhere rotation from the lower back. Just like a warrior 3 standing split, same principles. Again, try to find about 70% intensity. You should really feel this in the hamstrings, but you still feel you have more to give, but you need more time. And maybe you want to move from side to side. Sometimes it feels better. Maybe you find some tissue that feels a little bit there. Breathe. Really relax into it. Relax even your front foot, okay? Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. And we'll be applying our first contraction. So again, nothing too intense, is just building up to 30% effort. So you still would be able to push harder, but we will just do little press. Press your left heel gently, just a little bit of effort so you feel some response in the hamstring, like heat or contraction. Press your heel harder for 20% effort, 30% effort, hold it with just a medium pressing for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly start relaxing again. Maybe take yourself deeper into the stretch. Can we do that? Can you fold deeper from a half split? Can you split the legs further apart? So somehow increasing intensity, maybe shifting your weight slightly. I'm going to do one more drill. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Brace your torso and start pressing your left heel into the floor with 10%, 20%, 30%, and hold. So we want to feel the left hamstring responding. You may actually feel like your left hamstring is getting pretty tired, like it's fatiguing, right? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start dialing down, relaxing, maybe splitting legs even more, maybe folding deeper, just last couple of cycles. And then again, first, those of you who are in a bigger split, walk your back toes in until the point where your right knee is below hip. Pull your front heel forwards, press your front heel down and bend your knee. And then take us back, downward facing dog, sit bones to ceiling. And see how those hamstrings, the back of the legs doing. Suck towards your heels. And relax all the way.